Zacks Rank Buys, stocks with a short-term buy or strong buy recommendation. Now, here are more Zacks Rank Buys. Let's talk about some aggressive growth stocks now with Bill Wilton, our aggressive growth stock analyst at Zacks.com. Brought a couple here that one may be more popular in people's minds than the other. We'll get to the one that's not as popular maybe first.
Okay.
At least not in my mind anyway. Yeah. Asia Info Holdings, ASIA, the ticker symbol, telecom software.
Yeah, and as you might be able to tell from the name, they're based in Asia, actually China. What they do is they provide IT software and other software solutions for the telecom industry. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that they've actually recently done is expanded into the cable industry as well. So with China's booming infrastructure, and their economy growing rapidly as a whole, this is a very big area for them. One of the other things that we're seeing, they've got over 2,000 cable providers in China. So we're probably going to see something similar to what we saw over the past 20 years or so, which is a big consolidation of those cable providers. Now we've probably got less than a dozen across the country. So there's a lot of room for growth there through M&A activity as well. This company is actually set to report today, May 3rd. They were up into the number this morning. They were up a few percent, so that's always good to see when a company is reporting. And the estimates were climbing into the number as well. The last quarterly estimate I saw was up 5 cents to 24 cents. And about a year ago, they earned only 14 cents. So that's some pretty good growth rates there. Their full year growth, we're looking at 42% and another 31% next year if they hit those targets, which have been up pretty dramatically over the past few weeks. Here you can see a chart. One of the things I really like about this company, yes, they've got the nice growth rates, the 40s and 30% over the next year and next year. But here you can see the consensus estimate for the company has been increasing consistently over the past 5 years. Each of these multicolored lines is one of the Zacks consensus estimates for that year, and you can see the trend going. Relatively for such a volatile country, to see earnings estimates climbing that consistently is pretty impressive.
Okay. The other company, American Greetings Corporation, mm-hmm. AM, the ticker symbol, obviously in the greeting card business. I think that's a name recognized by all of them. But interestingly enough, one of their brands located right here in the building that we're in.
Yeah, American Greetings operates under several different brands. The Recycled Greetings is the one that shares a building with us. They've also got Carlton Cards and several others. But their sales have been up slightly year over year to $426 million in their recent quarterly report, which came out on April 22nd. But despite just a marginal increase in revenues, their earnings are up dramatically. They reported 69 cents a share compared to a loss 1 year ago. So just a little bit more revenue is having a big impact on the bottom line. We're seeing this in a lot of different industries, but as the companies are cutting their overhead costs, focusing on their core competencies, their margins are going a lot higher. So each dollar that comes in, to these retailers, a lot more of that is trickling down to the bottom line, which makes them, very well positioned for the ongoing rebound that we're seeing. You've got these companies running lean and mean. They're focusing on what they're good at, and that bodes very well for their earnings estimates. They're also a pretty decent value. Their PE ratios are in the single digits, which is always, easy to see a good value right there. Their PEG ratio is coming in at 0.9, which means that we're getting those growth values at a bit of a discount, which is always good to see. And their price to book is 1.6 times, which is well ahead of the average for their peers. They're also having, I put up a similar chart as I did for Asia Info, and you can see the consensus estimate trend is on a sharp rebound right now after after the estimates came down. Throughout the recession, they've rebounded very sharply, so they're looking good going forward. This is very much a turnaround story, not as much of a year-over-year growth story as Asia Info was.
Do you own either of these two?
I do not.
All right, check out more aggressive growth stocks on our homepage at Zacks.com. We put 4 new stock pick ideas up there for you daily. With Bill, I'm Terry Ruffalo.